Wisconsin's Afternoon News on News Radio 620 WTMJ. I'm the oldest child in my family. I have two younger brothers. You are the youngest child.
I have two older brothers.
Okay, so opposite ends of the spectrum. We have met a guy. His name is Bruce Hopman, and he's not just any guy. He is the president of the International Middle Child Union. He is a middle child, which means he does nothing but talk about the fact that he's a middle child and he is cheated. And he has a take on opening day and how it's not always sunshine if you are the middle child. All right, let's do this. Bruce, thanks for being here.
I've got some issues with it, obviously. I mean, look, when you're a middle child, you spend a lot of your life trying to live up to your brothers, the expectations that your brother set for you. So in school, if you have one of his teachers before and he was a great student, then everybody expects you to be a great student. And if you're not, then you're a huge disappointment. So it's the same thing with baseball, with Little League. If he was a great athlete, you got a lot to live up to, and it puts a lot of pressure on you. But it's not just if he was a great athlete, because if he was really bad, then everybody thinks you're going to be awful also. So then you've got the pressure of trying to be not as bad as your brother was. So you can't win. That was the case for me. My brother wasn't great. So every time I was at bat, I was like, oh my God, I hope I don't stink as bad as him. It's rough on a middle child.
Once again, I hear a lot of middle child whining going on, and we're 30 seconds into the conversation. It's so tough to be you guys.
That's 30 seconds. That's pretty good. And I mean, I thought I waited. I tried to hold back. Look. Hey, just so you know, who's the baby there, or both of you?
Eric's the baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
I'm the
Eric,
old one.
Look, this is a thing where we can kind of band together. It's not just the middle child that experiences this thing. The baby has it. If you have two older brothers or older sisters or whatever, and they were both horrible athletes, everybody's going to think you stink too. So you've got to live up. You've got to try to be not as bad as everyone else.
As the baby, I want to be better than everybody else.
Of course, but that's a lot more pressure. So I'm saying anybody who's not the firstborn, it's not just the middle children. It's the middle child. I mean, they get it first. And then if we stink, then we really lower the bar for you. So, I mean, it could be a work to your advantage, actually.
Come on, you two. Knock it off.
Could work. Wait, if your older sibling is a total spaz, then you don't really have to be very good. And everybody go, wow, he's great, so much better than his brother. So it could work out for you that way, too.
Bruce Hopman is the president of the International Middle Child Union. One of the things we like about our friend Bruce is that he not only points out problems but comes up with solutions. And you've come up with some middle child night promotions for the ballpark.
Well, I was talking with a friend about this. We actually came across, I saw there were these promotions that they do at minor league stadiums. The Fort Myers Miracle, they had odd pet night. Bring your cobra snake to the stadium, or bring a raccoon. The Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs did a funeral giveaway night. Okay, the Huntsville Stars Second Amendment night. They gave away guns at the game.
Right.
So I'm thinking, middle child night at the stadium. That's not such a weird idea. Why don't we have a middle child night? And then I was thinking, what would you do? What would you do a middle child night? It's bring your middle child to the game. They get it for free, right?
That's fair. All right, sure.
Right, but they can't sit with the rest of the family. That's the catch on the thing.
Come on.
Or you bring your middle child to the game, and you get parking. The tickets cost enough, but parking is expensive.
Right.
Bring your middle child to the game, and you get free parking. But you have to leave them in the car. Things like that, That's what I would expect middle child night promotions to be. They give away stuff all the time. They give away the bobbleheads. They give away T-shirts.
Yes.
You do a middle child giveaway night. You bring your middle child to the game and you give them away. These to me seem like the type of middle child nights that you would have. But I wrote this song. I did my take on Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and at the blog, smackdabblog.com. There's a link to it. I call it. It's called "You Never Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and it's from the perspective of the middle child about never getting to go to the ball game because his dad's always taking his siblings.
It is at the smackdabblog.com. The song is there. The article is there. Bruce, I hope you get through this okay, middle child buddy.
I'm going to. I'm reaching out to the Timber Rattlers, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and other minor league teams to make this happen.
Fantastic. Hey, Bruce, thanks for being with us. As always, we appreciate the perspective.
All right. And, guys, bring your middle child to a game.